course, didn't get commissioned for a second series, that still got millions of hits and downloads. So, clearly, whether people like it or not, she's getting attention. Jack, one of the things I think is so interesting about her choice of guests is, perhaps unsurprisingly, they tend to be her friends. Now, we know about how this relationship with Whitney developed, how they turned up at her house for this New Year's Eve party dressed as cowboys. Do you think it would be a more interesting podcast if perhaps she didn't have her friends on, who might challenge her a little bit more and perhaps end up in, could I say, a less saccharine style podcast? What do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So this, I would agree 100% with Fear that it's a celebrity friendship podcast, and that's what it's about. And a lot of the business discussion they're having only makes sense if you're in the public eye. Only makes sense if you're a celebrity.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celebrity Scoop, your one-stop destination for all things celebrity. Here, we delve into the lives of your favourite stars, giving you the inside scoop on what's happening behind the scenes. From candid conversations to the latest controversies, we're here to shed light on the world of glitz and glamour. So buckle up for a journey into the heart of Hollywood and beyond, as we bring you closer to the people who make the headlines. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest content. In today's segment, we are going to debunk an unrealistic idea that has been floating around recently. Picture this: you're invited to host a podcast, but there's a catch. The guests are people who harbour a dislike for you. Sounds uncomfortable, right? Now imagine being Meghan Markle, faced with this exact proposition. Recently, a certain Jack Royston suggested Meghan should sit down and have conversations with individuals who hold a negative bias against her. He even went as far as to say this would be a royal first. Now let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, is it reasonable to expect anyone, let alone Meghan, to engage in a dialogue where the foundation is hostility and resentment? This notion isn't just far-fetched, it's disrespectful. Conversations should be about mutual respect and understanding, not fueled by negativity. Let's dive deeper into why this idea is not only impractical, but also disrespectful. Conversations are built on mutual respect, not hostility and resentment. Let's take a moment to truly understand this. A conversation, by its very definition, is an exchange of thoughts, ideas, and feelings. But what happens when this exchange is built on a shaky foundation of prejudice and bias? The conversation loses its value, its essence, and most importantly, it loses its respect. Respect, as we all know, is the cornerstone of any meaningful interaction. It's the silent agreement that despite our differences, we will listen to one another, try to understand each other's perspectives, and treat each other with kindness and dignity. Now, imagine stripping away this respect from a conversation. What are we left with? A battle of egos, a contest of who can shout louder, a game of who can land the most hurtful jab. Is this what a conversation should be? Is this the kind of dialogue we want to promote on public platforms like podcasts? Certainly not. And yet, we see suggestions like Jack Royston's, proposing that Meghan Markle engage in a conversation with people who have a preconceived bias against her, people who are ready with their criticisms, their judgments, their animosity, even before she has uttered a single word. This is not a conversation. This is an ambush. Meghan, like anyone else, deserves to engage in dialogue that is respectful, meaningful, and empowering. She deserves to have her voice heard, her perspective understood, and her dignity upheld. She deserves to be part of conversations that shed light, not just heat. To expect otherwise, to propose that she should sit down with those who are already biased against her, is not just unreasonable, it's utterly disrespectful. We need to remember that a conversation is not a battlefield. It's a bridge that connects people, fosters understanding, and promotes mutual respect. And every person, royal or not, deserves to cross that bridge in peace, without fear of being attacked or misunderstood. Expecting Meghan Markle to sit down with people who already have a negative bias against her isn't just absurd, it's completely disrespectful. Unfortunately, this unrealistic idea seems more like a desperate attempt for attention rather than genuine journalism. A statement that rings true in today's world of journalism, where the line between reporting and sensationalism is often blurred. Today, we find ourselves in an era where the number of clicks, likes, and shares seem to matter more than the quality of content and the integrity of information. Take this recent suggestion for Meghan Markle, for instance, an idea that is not only disrespectful to the person in question, but also a stark reminder of the length some are willing to go for a headline. It's a perfect example of the clickbait culture that has seeped into journalism. Instead of focusing on the truth or engaging in meaningful dialogue, these stories are often designed to provoke, to create controversy, to attract attention at any cost. This kind of journalism does not serve the public interest. It does not inform or educate. Instead, it perpetuates negativity and division. It's an approach that is not only damaging to the individuals involved, but also to the overall discourse in society. And what's worse, this sensationalist approach can often overshadow the truly meaningful work that is being done. Meghan Markle, for example, is focusing on empowering conversations, on connecting with people who want to engage in a constructive dialogue. She's using her platform to highlight important issues, to inspire change, to make a difference. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, where sensational headlines are often the norm, it's more important than ever that we, as consumers of news, remain discerning. We need to question, to challenge, to seek the truth. Because at the end of the day, journalism should be about informing, educating, and sparking meaningful conversations. Sadly, the reality of journalism today seems to have strayed from these ideals. It's a reality that needs to change, a shift that needs to happen, for the sake of respectful dialogue, for the sake of truth. Meghan is focusing on meaningful, empowering conversations with people who actually want to have a dialogue, not pointless arguments with people determined to misunderstand her. The truth is, no one, royal or not, owes anyone a conversation where the foundation is hate and negativity. This is a sentiment we've explored throughout our discussion today. It is a simple yet powerful truth that applies not just to Meghan Markle, but to everyone. We've talked about the unrealistic expectation of hosting a podcast with people who are already biased against you. It's an idea that not only lacks common sense, but also goes against the very principle of respect that should be the cornerstone of any conversation. We've highlighted how the essence of a good conversation lies in mutual respect. It's about listening, understanding, and learning from one another. It's not about winning an argument or proving someone wrong. It's about growth, connection, and understanding. And this is exactly what Meghan Markle is trying to foster with her work. We've also delved into the reality of journalism today, how the pursuit of sensational headlines has often overshadowed the need for responsible reporting. We've seen how this has played out in the suggestion that Meghan should engage in hostile conversations as a royal first. But let's remember, the media is a powerful tool. It has the potential to enlighten, empower, and unite. It can be a platform for meaningful dialogue, for sharing stories that matter, and for promoting understanding and empathy. And finally, we've touched on the importance of thinking before we speak, of considering the impact of our words and the responsibility that comes with them. This is a lesson for all of us, not just for journalists like Jack Royston. In conclusion, the narrative around Meghan Markle, or any public figure for that matter, should not be shaped by negativity or hate. It should be based on facts, understanding, and respect. Let's strive for conversations that enlighten us, that challenge us, and that help us become better individuals. Jack, maybe next time think before you speak, because this idea, it's embarrassing. That was quite a discussion, wasn't it? We've covered a lot of ground today, from the importance of respectful conversations to the current state of journalism. We hope this discussion has given you some food for thought, and perhaps even sparked a few ideas of your own. Your time is valuable, and we're grateful that you chose to spend some of it with us. We know there's a world of content out there, and it means a lot that you chose to tune in to our discussion. The conversation shouldn't stop here, though. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic. Do you agree with our views? Or do you see things from a different perspective? Remember, the best discussions are ones where we can learn from each other, so feel free to drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. We're always striving to bring you the most insightful discussions on the most intriguing topics, and there's plenty more where that came from. So if you enjoyed today's video and want to be part of future discussions, do click on that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Celebrity Scoop for more insightful discussions like this one. Until next time, stay tuned and take care.